Hey, it's Andre and I'm back from Flight Fest. Someone took a bite out of the Radian. That's right. If you weren't at Flight Fest, boy, you missed one heck of an event, and we worked hard. Those volunteers put their hearts and souls into making Flight Fest 2017, Flight Fest East 2017, a huge smashing success. I need to send my thank you out to Jordan, who did a stellar job. It was her first time coordinating the East Coast event, and amazing effort. Austin, Alex, Josh, everybody from the Flight Test family. Well done. We had a really good event. We worked hard, and the results show it. So I'm super excited. So let's just jump into some of the fun talking about Flight Fest. Yep, we got wet. Tuesday evening, got soaked. I was told between Tuesday and Thursday we had 160 millimeters of rainfall. That's a lot of rain, but that didn't stop us. We still went through everything. I actually didn't fly the Sea Duct until Saturday morning, or Friday morning, possibly. No, Saturday morning, because that was as soon as I was able to get going. It took a little while to get everything out of the car, and with the wet and everything, and the amount of stuff I was busy doing. But we did get going, and Saturday I flew. The only real tragic victim of that entire event would be the 3D printed Spitfire. It kind of got left in the car, and I wasn't really thinking about it, and the rubber band and the heat kind of just fused the whole thing together. So it's done. I'm actually going to extract the motor and the ESC when I have a chance, and it's going to get hung up on the wall. I mean, look at the elevator. The wing seems fine, so I'll just produce a new body and we'll go from there. So that's the only real tragic victim of the entire weekend. As I said, the Radian flight was pretty good, and the Radian flew. It was, I was nervous and everything. I even got interviewed. The RC sailors came through and were chatting away with me, sticking stickers on me, putting buttons on me and everything while I was flying the Radian in the competition. Not even competition, just a gaggle of Radian pilots. And at one point I came down and I got clipped, and I got clipped good. I think it was a Bloody Wonder with a ribbon. So pilot who did it, good on you. You actually successfully hit the Radian. And I kept flying and didn't really think anything of it. But as you can see, the rudder took a good bit of hit. So I didn't bother flying the Radian anymore that weekend, but those repairs are minor, and I was just super excited that the Radian flew and was reliable, and the pilot calmed down, and I actually had a really good time tracking it, and it went pretty well. The Arrow had a small issue. I guess that motor finally gave up the ghost, and I took off, and it made a wicked sound. So it sounds like I've lost a magnet in it. So it was done. So I immediately ripped out the lights because I was going to go night flying, and Jason and I kind of had some fun, and I just put some LEDs all over the Alpha, and we went flying. It was really bright, but it was good enough to see where I was going. And of course, I didn't come out empty-handed from Ohio. I did pick up my antennas for the Phantom. So those are the FPV LR stuff. It has nothing to do with me wanting to do long range. It has everything to do with me wanting to clean up the single. You remember what I was talking about when I was at for the May trip, and just some of the issues I was having getting a clean single out of the Phantom 4. So this should be a huge a huge improvement. I did also spend a little time talking with Alex Grieve, IB Crazy, Video Aerial Systems, and I finally got my hands on a Gremlin kit. I wanted the triplane, but he says the biplane was more maneuverable. That's what he had, so I picked that up. It is not a huge airplane, actually. It's pretty small. I mean, there's the fuse. So this should be really cool. I'm going to go with a little 1306 motors, a little 12 kV and 2S, and just set it up, and it should be really fun to fly that. It should be quite, it should actually fly in our room. Sorry, my backyard, not my room. I also picked up from him his new 5.8 ion antenna. That's so tiny and durable, so that'll probably go on one of the multi-rotors or something. I've also been told it works really well for reception, so we'll be doing a little testing with that. And of course, the hot ticket item from Flight Fest, or Flight Test I should say, the Simple Cub. I'm really excited about that. I actually have one float. They're going to have to send me the other one, so we'll deal with that. But it was really nice to purchase this one. I actually purchased one for my dad as well and got him a mini guinea, which is awesome to see him going. A special little thank you to Dave Puma, who let me who gave me a real touching note there. And I met him. He was a young volunteer, talked to his mother and everything, and just thanked us for some of the efforts we do at the after hours program and stuff, and some of the lessons and other little subject matters that we learn about. So it's really nice. Like I said, I can't say more words about the volunteers. They've really made the role that I do at Flight Fest really easy and successful. And everybody came out with some pretty cool loot bags as a volunteer, some goodies inside of it, a thermos and so on. And I came out with a bunch of tactic receivers. So I think one was from Chip, one was from John, and one was from Mike. So I have more tactic receivers than I will ever need, but the nice thing about that is I've been using a tactic remote with my truck, and that has worked out really well. So I can just go and put some in the sedans and stuff like that. So pretty pumped about that. So Andy Chase comes up to me and says, "Man, I got a wing I'm trying to unload," and I didn't know what it was. And it turns out, if you are familiar with Flight Fest 2014 and a certain incident involving a very big wing and a 3D helicopter, well, this is the wing. This is from Video Aerial Systems again, Alex Grieve, and this is the Chimera. This thing is like a 56-inch wing. I thought it was smaller than my Juggernaut, but no, it's bigger. And even more important, this is the Stone Blue edition. So Jeremiah has gone through and he built this thing up, and it is a tank, 5mm LAM, extra thick carbon boards, and this thing hit a 750 class 3D helicopter, and there are a few chunks and pieces out of the bottom of everything and tear there, but I'm going to get in there with my my Gorilla Glue, and I'm going to re-iron some of the foam, some of the torn up foam laminate, and just clean the whole thing up and start populating with pieces. The motor package is not the recommended one. It's just a 40 amp ESC and an unknown motor, but I figure on 3S with an 8-inch prop, it should still be fine. Over long term, I will convert it over to a 4S setup and figure out something else. But it's got a huge bay and a bunch of other goodies in there, so I'm looking forward to it. It should be a really nice flying wing, and when I get all my sweet wings going, I'm going to have a full complement of 37-inch, 48-inch, and 56. So do some cleanup on this thing, and honestly, I was concerned it wasn't going to fit in the car because it was so big, but gorgeous wing. So overall, I've had a fantastic weekend. Again, I can't say enough about the volunteers and the people that showed up at Flight Fest and how pleasant everyone was. It was a really good experience, and I'm in the middle of cleaning up the shop, recovering the hardware, got some batteries to discharge because obviously I didn't fly nearly as much as I wanted to. But overall, just a fantastic week. It was really nice to come home, but I admit it was just really nice to be in Ohio and talk to everybody and hang out every evening with all my flying friends. So there you go. Yes, the voice is still raspy. Sunday we have a podcast, probably going to be starting at about 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And hope you all can tune in and enjoy the show with us. So as obviously we'll be talking about Flight Fest and the experience with the boys and everything. So there we go. Another Friday flying update in the books. Thank you for watching. Have a great weekend. See you later.